There we go. Let's see what we got going on. Hey, what's up, Jaeger Rob? Wait, 4:01 p.m. Oh, yesterday. Wonder if that was part of Chenso's group. Yo, what's up, Drew? What's up, baby? Do you multi-stream, sir? Or do you just stream on Twitch? Hey, yo. Life is good, sir. Life is good. Just getting the, yes, sir. Just getting the multi-stream set up here, so it takes a little bit longer. Like right now, I'm live on Twitch, YouTube, twice, Instagram, and Kick. I'm live on all of them. Yo, what is Meld? Are you about to change my life, Drew? Okay, covering all the things. It's like OBS, but easier. Meld, huh? Let's take a look at it. Meld. Streaming. Meld Studio. Let's take a look here. Adam, pay off mortgage early or invest? You know what's crazy? I just published a video on this, Adam. Hello, Saw Gamer, Nightmech. Hello, everybody. All right, Adam. This actually has a lot more to do with your personal feelings. So the money side says it's likely you could earn more investing than what the interest rate on your mortgage is. So, right, if you're just talking about pure assets, pure growth, pure money, then investing is the answer. But it goes much deeper than that. Some people love not having a mortgage payment. The peace of mind that they get from not having a mortgage payment is more important to them than the potential gains they will get with that money. Does that make sense? Hey, what's up, Based Quans? In the Instagram. Drew, I'm gonna check this out. Is a free live streaming and recording software designed for content creators. Okay, built from the ground up. How long have you been using this, Drew? Go live with perfect audio, flawless video, and cutting edge performance. All right. Could I trade with $50 bi-weekly? Where should I put it? Yes, you can trade with $50 bi-weekly. Assuming you've met the minimum for a mutual fund. They generally don't have minimums after that, so $50 would be fine. Some places will let you buy partial shares of ETFs So if it costs more than $50 a share, where you put it is a deep question, Knight. I hope you're ready for a deep conversation. You might have been just looking for a quick answer to go, but I need to know more about what this money is for. You're going to invest differently for retirement than you will for a car, than you will for education, but you'll invest differently depending on what it is. So you need to know your time horizon and your risk tolerance to do this. Have you enjoyed it so far, Drew? %100% free, no watermarks, no limits. Integrated with Twitch, YouTube, streamer.bot. Live stream, record, create. I love it. Super easy to set up and the performance is super smooth. I wonder if does it use less resources than Streamlabs? Okay, if it's for retirement, Knight, let me ask you a question. We're going to determine your risk tolerance. On a scale from 1 to 5, 1 meaning you are not comfortable with any market movements whatsoever and you're willing to miss out on performance in the stock market, or 5, you are very comfortable with the wild swings in the market. So if the stock market lost 90% tomorrow, you would get excited and look for more money to invest. A ton less than slobs or OBS. Interesting. Okay, so Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Reach your audience, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook Live, or a custom all at once. Okay. Stream any format. Okay. Per scene audio. Wait, does this do the different track thing, Drew, where you can play music, but it doesn't actually get recorded into your stream? Currently house broke. I don't know if that matters. Interesting. That's great for VODs. Yo, what's up, Soft? Oh, I didn't even put the message in here yet. New video. I'm hoping big homie Lolo comes in today because he's in today's video. Hey, Drew, I don't know if you knew this as well, but we have been posting a new video daily for, it's a toggle on the audio track, super easy. Yo, this sounds sick. This sounds sick. Twitch VOD track, built-in audio effects, audio monitoring. Yo. This is pretty quick. Jay hitting with the stretch. All right, let's go. Oh, it's a big stretch. Big stretch. Coming in clutch. All right. Give me one sec. New video daily is a W. It's just for TwitchCon, Drew. We're just doing TwitchCon. Our normal schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wednesday and Friday for brand new content. But since we went to TwitchCon, we've released a video per day for the last, I think today is day 15 in a row. Tell me more about what you mean, Knight, about being house broke. I know what the term, well, I know what I think the term means, but I want to know what you mean. Like, are your housing expenses a lot? Anyway, go from there. One sec. We up in here. I have more than 10K from working saved up, and I feel like TwitchCon was a content mine. Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about next year, Drew, because all the people complaining about IRL streamers. And then I saw another big streamer who said all these streamers had their own cameramen. So that's, I'm worried about next year if I'm going to be able to do the same thing. I have more than 10K from working saved up, and I go into college next year. Should I invest the money or hold on to it to pay for college bills? All right, Yoda. I love your name, by the way. I think you're fine. You're way different. I don't think anybody knew I was live streaming, but if they make a blanket ban on cameramen or something like that, then that kills the video potential. All right, Yoda, there are 5 steps to financial success. The first one is a budget. I'm going to assume you have that down. The next one is actually an emergency fund. If you live at home, your emergency fund doesn't have to be as much. But if you're actually on your own, paying your own bills because you have a job and you're paying for it, I think you should have 12 months of basic living expenses saved up. People lose their job for a lot longer than they anticipate, or things happen that are unexpected. And if that happens, 12 months of basic living expenses buys you a lot of peace of mind. So if you have an emergency fund already and you're not sure what to do with this money, then and you have an income, then it could be time to invest. But give me a little more background on all the stuff I just said there. Oh, that's funny. A person I use, or a person I know, Noctis Nexus, I actually follow her, is one of the reviews on this, Drew. We ship what you ask for every 2 weeks. While others release minor updates every 6 months, we're shipping features modern creators need every 2 weeks. Yo. Built-in multi-streaming. I don't. In her review here, it says, as someone who has been part of the beta, I highly recommend giving Meld a chance. It is really unique and awesome to try out new options in the streaming space. Multi-canvas, allowing you to stream, perfect for reaching TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. It's a base one, but it's still cool to see her on there. You know, it's like actually someone I follow giving a review. I'll go into her stream and ask about it. How does the multi-chat feature work? Meld's integrated multi-chat combines messages from Twitch, YouTube, and other platforms into one unified feed. No more juggling multiple windows. Engage with your entire audience in one place. No, Meld Studio is highly optimized with GPU acceleration and efficient resource usage. It's built for modern hardware and runs smoothly on modest systems. Okay. Yeah, you might have me sold here. I might download this and give it a try. My parents do support me, and I don't have any expenses or bills to pay yet. If there was a problem where I needed emergency funding, my parents would help. Okay, Yoda, this sounds like you're in sort of a unique opportunity. This $10,000 is in the void. Oh, wait, Knight. Man, I don't know if you're still there, Knight, but I want to continue that conversation as well. Where I needed emergency fund. So you're sort of in a unique, this $10,000 is sort of in the void. Right? Like there's no specific need for it. So you could begin investing, but just know that one day your parents will likely not support you. You'll have to support yourself. And if that's the case, having an emergency fund is critical. But it is also kind of nice. You are young. You could begin investing. But to invest, you would need to know your time horizon and risk tolerance for the goal. And then you can begin picking investments that line up with your time horizon and risk tolerance. Knight, are you still here? I'm really excited for the new music today. Premieres in 4 minutes, everybody. 4 minutes. You're doing good work here. Hey, thanks, Walter Cronkite. I appreciate you. I don't know if you know my background, but I am a certified financial planner professional. I have over 13 years of experience at Vanguard, and I quit my job to change the world and help millions of people achieve financial literacy. Gonna lurk while I work. Appreciate it, Drew. Have a great day, man. And for anybody listening, we do have a free Patreon group. Every Saturday, we do a live Q&A and market recap session. So if you're at all interested in that and being part of a group to help millions of people achieve financial literacy, join up. The financial literacy of my generation is miserable. Yes, it is, Walter. Although, to be fair, man, my mom was bad with money. I honestly think being bad with money is almost universal. I think the scariest thing for people is that they're losing hope, and when they lose hope, they stop trying. Right? Once the hope is gone, they quit trying, and that's the biggest problem. I got a degree in finance because of how horrible my parents were with money. I love it. Are you working in finance as well? So if I wanted to start investing, would it be better to dump a big amount but spread it out, or do a smaller monthly investment? All right, so what you're talking about is something called dollar cost averaging, Yoda. So dollar cost averaging historically doesn't return as well as lump sum investing. One of the biggest factors in your returns is the time you are in the market. So the one area that dollar cost averaging wins is during a downturn. If you're consistently investing during a downturn, that is when dollar cost averaging pays off. But in the long run, with a market that is traditionally up 3 out of 4 days historically, you know what, let's just say 7 out of 10 days historically, then you are losing by doing dollar cost averaging. I work in sales, but trying to break into finance. Been passively looking, but the job market isn't great. What state are you in, Walter? Oh man, the video premieres in 60 seconds. Ohio? Okay. I don't know too many. I'm sure all the big firms are out there, but it's going to be a little bit different because they're likely going to be more walk-in places instead of call centers. A lot of call centers avoid places that are cold, like Ohio in the winter, because there's a chance weather will not allow them to work. Oh man, video is about to premiere. Like, I don't believe there are any big national call centers in Ohio. That's where a lot of the finance jobs are, unless you want to actually work in the office. Yoda, does that make sense, by the way? Do what I tell you about investing lump sum versus dollar cost average? Because what a lot of people do, right, they buy it here, or this is where they could have bought, and they're going to wait for a downturn, and the market goes up. Or they're dollar cost averaging, so they're investing as the market goes up. And then they wait for that downturn. But a lot of the time, those downturns are higher than where you could have bought at previously. So you have to factor all those things in before making a decision. Yeah, that makes sense because it would give the larger amount more time to grow. Exactly, yep. But there are the circumstances where dollar cost averaging works, but they have to be very specific. Whereas most of the time, lump sum investing makes the most sense. Ooh, it's premiere time. Debt, dreams, and money lessons at TwitchCon. You said you worked at Vanguard. Would you say that is a good place to start investing? I need to tell you, I'm 100% biased. So when I tell you yes, you have to understand that I worked there for 13 years. I have a level of trust. I don't have anything negative to say about too many places, but I do like investing at Vanguard, especially if you're not a day trader. TwitchCon, the third and final day. I know people aren't necessarily huge fans of these intros, but me and Richard and I decided to go with these intros because we love them. So where you invest, the most important thing to investing for most people is the costs, right? Like, why would you pay 15 or 30 basis points for an index fund when you could pay 5? Then you roll that payment into the next smallest.
Yes.
So that's paid off, and then it snowballs, right? Until you're completely out of credit card debt. But you have to be disciplined. Stop putting anything on any credit card if you can, and just attack until it's gone.
And pay things from your checking account when you can.
Yeah. Okay. So it's back and forth because you could still use the credit card as long as I'm paying it off at the end of the month.
Okay.
I'm not carrying a balance forward ever.
Right.
The other one is the avalanche method, where you actually pay less in interest overall.
Okay.
You take all of your balances, multiply them by the APR, and you figure out approximately how much interest in real dollars you're paying per year. Whichever one is the highest, you pay the minimum on everything else. You put everything extra into that top one until it comes down, and you pay that off, and then you roll it into the next highest. So it's kind of like the opposite of snowball, but they're effective depending on how your brain works. Like, I like the avalanche method. I can almost guarantee, my mom passed away, but I can almost guarantee you the snowball method would have been hers, because you keep checking these mental boxes.
Okay.
Boom, paid off that credit card. Boom, paid off that credit card. It just feels good.
Can I ask, did you invent the microphone embedded in the beard technique, or?
My handsome brother right here told me to, he's like, hey, put it in your beard. And I was like, okay.
I feel like you could do the same.
Yes.
I didn't really realize what that was at first.
It kind of blends in.
Have you seen anyone else here at TwitchCon
with the beard microphone?
Adapting that technology?
No.
Beard mic.
What's funny is the comments online sometimes literally just say, a beard's in his microphone. That's it. That's all they say.
And you could market them. You could make them different colors to blend into different beards.
Do you have a good knowledge of college
this one
loans?
does kind of
What
blend
type of
in, right?
loans do you think would be the most
Well,
effective,
thank you so
assuming
much
I
for
get
your
right into a
advice.
job
Can
with
I
a
ask
decent
you
salary?
one question?
Well, when you say type of loans,
What is a
what do you
financial
mean by
lesson
that?
that you've learned that you think other people can
Because
benefit
if
from?
you can
A
afford
financial
school
lesson that
on a
I've
subsidized
learned.
loan, that's
Oh
what
my
you
gosh.
should get. But it limits
That's
the
a good
amount of
one.
loans you can have.
You know what?
Or the amount that you can have, if that
I
makes
don't know what you
sense.
said.
He,
Long-term care insurance. That that was very useful?
Oh my God, my parents got a great long-term care insurance that I don't think they even make anymore.
Yeah.
That is extremely helpful to them now. I also do make my own coffee in the morning. I don't go to Starbucks.
Hey, I love that. Did you know it's a really weird statistic, and you have to really think about it? You're until a certain age, you're more likely to become
Incapacitated.
need long-term care insurance than you are to die.
Excellent point.
That's crazy. So, but most people don't have long-term care insurance.
Well, thank you so much. I so appreciate
Thank
that.
you. That was
Take
awesome.
care.
Thank you so much. Great to meet you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Both the snowball method and avalanche.
I have no idea who
method
this
work for
Dan
you
guy is, by
once
the way.
you figure out what clicks. Don't sleep on long-term care insurance. This is one of the most overlooked pieces of protection. Also, we didn't get Dan's contact information. If you know him, tag him so he and his community can check this out.
At Free Advice Guy, our mission is to help millions of people achieve
financial literacy.
If you'd like to join the mission,
if you'd like to
click
join
the
the
Patreon
mission.
link down below for a free
So
budget
Yoda,
worksheet, exclusive
does that make
community
sense?
content,
I don't even
and
know if
live
I'm answering your
streams.
question right
Together,
when you ask
we
me
will help
what
millions
type of
people
student
achieve
loans.
financial literacy.
I want to give a special shout out to our contributing Patreon members. Patreon is going to be the lifeblood of this mission. With your help, we're going to help millions of people achieve financial literacy. Next up, we have Big Homie Lolo with a question about
Big
saving
homie
for
Lolo,
retirement.
where are you, brother?
So, I am 36, right? I don't have any retirement, but I don't have any debt either.
Beautiful.
So I need some sort of like baseline kind of track to follow.
For sure. I'm going to give you them really briefly. We could talk more about them if you have questions, but you need a detailed to the penny budget first. I know it sounds boring and monotonous, but it'll be a life-changing experience for you, I promise. Then you need to build up an emergency fund. I like 12 months of basic living expenses, so if you lose
My
your job,
voice is
something
different
happens for you,
on
you have
this
a pocket
video
money there,
than on
you're not gonna
Saturday or
stress out,
Friday.
or if something else happens. But then number 3 is where the fun begins. You said retirement, right? So now you have a goal.
Yeah.
Every dollar you earn that is a surplus outside of your bills, really every dollar should have a purpose, where you want it to go. So if it's for retirement, you now need to think about, okay, well, how do I want to fund my retirement, right? Do you have a 401k or anything like that?
I'm about to with my job, yeah.
Love it. So 401k is a pre-tax bucket, unless they offer a Roth, and you do that.
It's 5% match.
Ooh, 5, I like that. And then you also have like a Roth IRA possibility depending on your income. You can make too much where you won't be eligible to make Roth contributions. And then a taxable account, which is neither an IRA or 401k. It's just an account in your name. Then you got to figure out how risky do you want to be. So like, to give you an example, I'm uber risky. I'm 100% stock. If the stock market dropped 90% tomorrow, I'm looking for money to throw at it. But that's not how everybody is, right?
Yeah.
So you got to figure out what allocation do you want that you're going to feel comfortable, because your portable is going to move. But you
I
have to
really
be able to
don't
sleep
even
at night.
know.
Yeah.
So
My
where does that come
parents
from
make
for you?
just enough to
Right.
help with
Once you
college,
figure that
but I'll
out,
definitely be paying
then you
for
can
at
start
least
building
half.
out a portfolio.
You know, there are certain
You'll adjust it
loans
over
that some
time,
consider
because generally as you
ridiculous
get older, you
and
get a little more
Yeah, I mean,
conservative. less
going
stocks,
through,
more bonds, or more
I don't know
cash,
how loud
whatever.
this is. Let me turn this down
We
real
can talk
quick.
about that too in the future.
Going through the FAFSA. So I worked at University of Phoenix as well, and I helped a bunch of people with student loans.
This is all information I need.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So
you'll see your application.
there's essentially subsidized and unsubsidized student loans. Subsidized loans, the government pays the interest while you're in school. Hey, what's up, John? Welcome to the Instagram. But unsubsidized is you pay the interest. So they're just a little bit better. But if you can, 'cause the problem with student loans is when you go to apply, they're going to offer you or say like, hey, you're eligible. We're going to give you this full amount. You might not need that full amount. So what a lot of people end up doing is taking that check. It covers more than their school. Now they think they have $5,000 to spend. They don't. They're just more in debt.
Maximize your after-tax returns in the long run, or at least, well, I should say, it'll help you pay less tax over time, and you get to keep more of that money.
All right. That sounds good. Yeah, I gotta get on my game, because, like I said, I don't have any debt, but I don't own a house either, so, I mean, it's all shit.
And I don't know if you qualify for grants or anything, Yoda. There are Parent Plus loans where your parents are actually on the hook for the loans. There's a bunch of stuff that you could look into.
Check it first. So,
But the federal government has a loan program that's probably going to give you the best interest rate for school.
For your house, or any other goal, you're going to invest in a different way, right? So each goal, you have to have a specific amount you're shooting for, how much you want to invest towards that goal to be able to reach it, right? So you're probably going to want a down payment.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out, when do you want to buy a house? Is it 2030?
Yeah, probably sometime around then.
All right, so if that's the case, you got to think about it. If you want to own a X dollar house or buy an X dollar house of that day, you need 20%. Now you got to do the backward math and start saving every month to get you to that down payment.
Yeah.
But you start making it automatic and you're not even thinking about it. And then by the time it's 2030 and you're ready to buy a house, you're like, hey, I have a pot of money there. And then you'll notice my retirement. It's fairly quickly after the end of their first year of really getting serious about finance.
D-Lo, welcome to the Instagram.
I didn't have this last year.
A mile away from where I was.
Yeah, my life's not crazy different, but my finances are crazy different. And it's a great feeling, but you gotta take that first step. And honestly, that's where a budget comes in. Once you do that, your brain starts to switch and you're on a different path.
Doesn't help that.
Thank you. That's all I got for right now. Hey, I appreciate it, Yoda. I got a bunch of videos. If you enjoy interviews and people talking about finance,
If I can give you one tip,
I literally
it's the same
walk
thing with
around asking
streamers and
people
all that.
what questions they have.
Base your budget off
Appreciate
of
you
what
coming
your
through,
worst
Yoda.
month is. So if you have more money, great. Now you can throw it towards retirement goal.
Can you be
or
booked on a
house
one-on-one
or whatever
session?
like
I'll
that.
pay for the
But if
session.
you get your mind this is the
So
least
D-Lo,
I'm
let
going
me
to make,
ask you a question
but
here.
Assuming it's what you're always going to make.
Are
Set your
you
life around that. When you
only
have extra cash, you start
interested
throwing that. When you have
in a
other
one-on-one
have an extra cash,
session,
throw a different
or would
bunch
you
of
be
stuff.
willing
It's
to
kind
do
of
the
exciting.
one-on-one session live on stream?
Absolutely, man. Great to meet you. Thank you for stopping.
And I'll give you the answer for both ways. If you
I'm gonna go with
if you're open to a conversation on stream through Discord or Patreon or TikTok, then it's free. I don't charge for anything. You and I can just talk anytime. But if you truly want one-on-ones, I really don't go that way. But if you do, it's the top tier of Patreon. And I don't know that that's the knock for you. My Patreon is free, but people can contribute. The top session, okay, the top amount, I honestly feel kind of weird saying it. It's for people who want to join and support the mission, but it's $100, $100 a month, which is cheap compared to having your assets managed. But if it's just for a one-on-one consultation, I would probably feel guilty telling you to do that. I'm trying to think of how we can make this work. So even if you're anonymous online through a Discord call, you still just want it to be one-on-one private.
I know my back's gonna go out eventually. So.
Yeah. But hey, man, I really appreciate you stopping and asking your question.
Thank you,
I
man.
stream.
I just followed you before I came up.
I love it, man.
Yeah, hit the QR
So
code.
we can talk on Discord. You can stay in chat, whatever you want, man. Anytime, just hit me up. If I'm live on stream, say, hey, can we hop on a call? Yeah, let's go on Discord and we'll talk. And then on stream, we can have.
How do you feel about what I just told you, D-Lo?
Cool.
Thank you, brother.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Really good.
Thanks again.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
This applies to you too. It is never too late to save for retirement. You can begin today. That does it for today's video. Be sure to check out tomorrow's episode where we break from the norm and talk about what happened to Emiru this past TwitchCon and show you a chat we had with a friend. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll catch you in the next video.
All right, that was awesome. That was awesome. I love that video. We've had some truly banger videos from TwitchCon. Now, the Scottsdale videos are great as well, but man, there is something about these TwitchCon videos. Money is not a problem. I'm more of a private person in general. How would that work? One-on-one private session. Do you have Discord, D-Lo? So I generally do most of my conversations through Discord. That would probably be the best way. That way we can keep notes and all that stuff on track in between us and keep a record of our communications and all that sort of stuff. Yes, sir. But yeah, so if you did the top tier of Patreon, now how do I word this? Yeah, we could talk outside of streams and all that sort of stuff. Just add me. I'm free advice guy on Discord. So if you do join the Patreon, you get early access to all of my videos as well. But if you join the Patreon, you can literally just message me on Discord and we'll set something up. Not familiar with Discord, but I could download it and watch a tutorial on how to use it. Okay. What is another way? I generally just don't do anything through the phone. As weird as it sounds, because I'm online. If my phone number gets out there, then I don't know what that would end up being like. But yeah, but check out Discord. And Dilo, I don't know if you heard my background, but I'm a certified financial planner professional. I worked at Vanguard for over 13 years. And I quit my job to give free advice and help millions of people achieve financial literacy. So I'm just trying to help. Is Patreon and Discord the same platform? No. So Patreon is a website. So if you look in my, I think it's in my bio there for Instagram, you'll see it, but it's patreon.com/free advice guy. You sign up for the Patreon and there will be a link to join the free advice guy server in the link. I also have a, here, let me do this. We have a free Discord as well if you want to join this server. This is just give me one sec here. There we go. So that would take you to the public Discord, but for all Patreon tiered members, there is a private Discord as well. You know, where somebody asked the question in one of these, and it was a controversial question. Where was that? Is that on YouTube? Or was that on TikTok? I don't remember. we'll set it up from there. We can see what time works the best. Sounds good, D'Lo. I'm my stream hours are less, and also if you join the Patreon, you'll get a more insight to what we do. Every Saturday, we have a community Q&A and market recap session at 10 a.m. Arizona time. So if you can get a check and see, that is a group session, but you can see what it's like. But yeah, you can test me on things, all that sort of stuff. Have a good one, D'Lo. Good chatting with you. Best viewers on stream, boo. All right. Might be me. Streaming is lagging a bit again. I haven't gotten any of the alerts that frames have been dropped. Yes, I haven't gotten any, but I appreciate the heads up. I hope I'm not getting wrecked here. I have 70K in the bank, no debt, 26-year-old, no car payment. I work in steel factory, about 40K per year income. I want a house. How much should I invest, or should I dump all 70K on a down payment? Well, Noah, part of this comes down to your timeline, right? Let's just say you want to buy a house in 2027. If you invest in the market, it's possible that your returns will go up and you'll be happy. But the worst case scenario would be we have a market crash or even a decline that's so drastic and it happens, say, in 2026 or before you want to buy that house, it goes down. Now you have to wait for that to recover. So just something to think about. Now, if you're making $40,000 per year, they'll probably tell you around, and it's been a little bit since I looked into this, but that you can buy a $160,000 house. What's funny is you're about the same position I was when I bought. I was 27, I think. Oh no, I was 28. I was making 40. I think I was making 40 on the dot. What I started, 32.5, 34. I might have been making 37.5 actually. It was either 37.5 or 41. Either way, no, maybe I was up to 45. Either way, they qualified me for a $180,000 house, and I bought for less than that. If you're able to buy for less, do it. But anyway, I just hit you with multiple things. You asked me a very direct question, and I told you multiple things. So what are your thoughts there before I go any further? Is it still lagging for you, Soft? Or how does it seem? Is this live? Yes, it is, Oxidize. Yes, it is. Yo, how do you have... Why does your name look so different than everyone else's? My parents are being kind and letting me live at home until I can buy a house. I want to move out soon, but I have had $70K in the bank for about a year now, just sitting doing nothing. So if you want to get some return without taking much risk, two decent options are a high yield savings account from a bank or a money market from an investment firm that you trust. All right. Oh, verification. All right, I've never seen that check before from anybody come into chat. But those two investments, high yield savings account is safer. A money market is slightly less safe, even though still very safe. But those will get you a little more interest on your money while it's sitting there. It won't be crazy, but money markets, let's actually see, what are money markets paying right now? And I have to let you know, I am 100% biased. I worked at Vanguard for 13 years. So I'm going to look at Vanguard's money market just to get a comparison. But you should look everywhere. Don't let me decide. Please understand my bias. Let's see here. Federal. We're just going to look at the Federal Money Market Fund. All right. So the 7-day SEC yield an average annualized income dividend over the past 7 days as of November 4th, 2025 is 3.98%. So let's just round that up to 4, even though it's not quite it. But, right, that's $2,800 per year on your 70K. How much are you getting right now, Noah? Like 10 to 15K in mutual funds, but I feel like I do not need that right now. So it's not that mutual funds are bad. I would say they're generally for a different, more long-term goal. You're going to invest differently for your house than you will for retirement, right? Mutual funds are for long-term. I am in Vanguard 500 and BlackRock. What fund are you in at BlackRock? Man, I have so much to say about the investment, but I don't want to go down a rabbit hole that you are not ready for. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, Oxidize, your feed, or were you looking for finance? Weird. I hate BlackRock and what they do is wrong, but I feel they are a good business. So when it comes to your investing, Noah, the most important thing, because BlackRock, Vanguard, getting like 1K per week right now on your investment, like it's growing by 1,000 per week. But all of these companies are going to have similar investments. One of the most important things for you as an investor is to lower your costs, right? So like a Vanguard 500 index fund is probably 3 basis points, but another company might have it for 10 basis points. So you're not getting as much of that return for yourself. So you definitely don't have to invest in BlackRock unless there is something about it that you just like. BlackRock Inc., is that a fund? Let's take a look. BlackRock Inc. Let's see. Oh, there it is. BLK. You're in BLK. Let's take a look. Does this not have... So performance. For the week, the month, the 3 months, it's down. For 6 months, 1 year, and 5 years, it's up. What type of fund is this? Company was founded. American Express is its... Oh, no. Time frame. 5 years. This is very interesting. This is very interesting looking at this. Price history. Cash flow. Dude, it's hard to find the characteristics of what this is trying to do. I think I have a way. Earnings, ratings, analyst reports, market grader. All right, you know what? I'm just going to compare this. Can I not compare since this is not? All right, we're going to try one more thing, and I'm going to try and compare this. BTI, compare, fund type, ETF, fund family, other fund families. Go to BlackRock. And then BLK. What? That's weird. I cannot compare these two funds. It will not let me. BlackRock Fund Advisors? BLK? Really? All right, let's check mutual funds, even though I know it's not that. It's not a Vanguard fund. Other fund families. All right, I'm really sorry, man. I'm trying to compare these two. BlackRock. Nope. ETFs. Man, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to compare these funds. I can't even fully. I guess I'll just go to the BlackRock page. Okay. BlackRock investment funds. Let's go here. What is this? BLK. That's interesting. BLK doesn't even show up on their own website. What is happening right now? I got you, Noah. Happy to talk about this stuff all the time. You select retirement funds, I guess, is how I see them. All right, so if they're retirement, you have to think about what your risk tolerance is, first of all, but and why you're invested in what you're invested in. I'm going to make an assumption that you invested in the 500 index fund because you've heard about it. Is that accurate? Or did you do research to decide, yep, this is the fund I want? I don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole. I could talk at you for like 10 minutes, Noah. Just want to make sure it's worth your time. You know what I mean? Person who I trust told me the Vanguard SP 500 and BlackRock were both good mutual funds, so I put money in half each. Okay. What type of account are they invested in? 401k, IRA, or a brokerage account in your name? That I do not know, just whatever Robinhood has. Okay. I only tell you or bring this up because how you are invested in what accounts matters for tax efficiency. Did you hear about the Sin City Classic? I heard it was going on, but is there news? I just saw one of their tweets that we could check out the new season coming. I got to think about what to do during the downtimes. Things to randomly talk about. Ooh, what time? All right, let me pull this up. Is it on VLR? Nope. Man, the games are at 1, 4, and 7. Ugh. I literally can watch 1. That's it. That stinks. Why isn't this event on VLR? In your switch situation, are you investing money weekly into things or lump sums when you have them? Historically, lump sums, Noah. I'll be honest and say that I always keep a tiny amount in case there's an epic decline in the market, but that isn't common enough to keep a lot of money. So I just have all my money working for me all the time. Generally, you're looking at like weekly investments, or it's called dollar cost averaging, because you have a fear of the market. You think the market's going to tank or go down. So you invest over weeks or months or however you want to do it. But then from there, if you, how do I want to word this? If the market goes down while you're dollar cost averaging, you're going to be very happy. Historically, the market is up 7 out of 10 days. So you have to pick. If it's a comfort thing, dollar cost averaging can work, but historically and research shows that lump sum investing generally does better than dollar cost averaging in the long term. But there are scenarios where investing weekly or monthly, those investments can do better, but it all depends on what you care about. Sim play the 7 p.m. game tomorrow. Ooh, that's right. I'll be able to watch it. Maybe we could do a watch party. We can get the friends to hang out. I don't mean on stream either. I just mean hang out in the VC and watch. Or we can play Zombie Soft. Your call. Your call, bro. Man, I was really hoping big homie Lolo was going to be here today. I think he likes the earlier streams. Could be wrong, though. Could be wrong. Close that. What is the best way to get this information? Sen City Classic 2025. Oxidize, are you still here? My man didn't tell me I was talking to a giant. 146,000 subs on 2 videos. This is insane, dude. How did you do this? Last question. What are your opinions on crypto? It's definitely a scam, but it's a scam lots of people are in on. About like 1,000 worth of Bitcoin at 60K. Oh, okay. You bought 1,000 when it was like 60K. Okay. I'm not going to go as far to say use that language that it's a scam. But there is, what's your general opinion on buying versus renting? Ooh, let me get that in a second here, Soft. Sorry. So crypto has no intrinsic value. It's literally nothing. It's a holder of value because people say it is. It has value because people say it does. That's one of the 2 reasons that I haven't moved into any crypto. With that said, Bitcoin could still go to like $20 million a coin at some point, even though everything I just said is true. So if people were to invest in it, yep, exactly. If people invest in it, they could end up getting rich, right? So I have friends, if you ever want to check them out, their name is Alpha Exchange. They stream on Twitch, but they talk cryptocurrency. I've known them for like a year and a half now. Yo, what's up, W. Dill? You got me for life. I love it. But people who invest in it could end up getting rich, even though, you know, it's not actually anything. So I have my friends at Alpha Exchange think 0.1 coin for people, because if you invest that amount and it goes to 20 or 30 million, yes. If it goes to 20 or 30 million, you'll be happy with your 0.1 coin. But if it goes to zero, $10,000 in your overall investment portfolio shouldn't cripple you. But if it will, definitely don't even listen or think about that idea. So, all right, Soft. I have multiple answers for this. Some of them are financial. Some of them are just as a human being. Ultimately, I do believe that most people should buy a home. Your goal in the future should be to buy a home. Now, it needs to be the right home in the right area for the right cost that you can afford, that won't stretch you and all that sort of stuff. But there are money answers too, right? I was talking to somebody, I think last week, and they were saying they can buy the house that they're living in and the mortgage would be like $3,500, or they could just keep living in it and renting it from the guy for like $1,800. Oh, that's $1,700 a month means a lot, right? $1,700 means a lot per month. There's no, right? So everything has to line up, but buying a house is more about stability and long term than for the money. Do you hate that answer? Love that answer? Do you want more? Make sense? Yeah, there's some people who are completely against buying homes, and there are some people who are completely into buying homes. They don't really care the scenarios. I actually saw an interview recently. This dude was talking about, he's a famous, so you might actually have seen this, but he doesn't own anything. Yes, that's a good way to look at it, Soft. That's a good way to look at it. But this dude said he owns nothing. Like, obviously his clothes and all that. Maybe his furniture, I don't know. But he has like no assets. Now he's wealthy enough to get rides and things anywhere he needs. But still, it was an interesting perspective from somebody who was just like, I don't want to be tied down to anything anywhere. What other questions you got, Noah? I'm going to start stealing that, actually, Soft. That's another perspective. I'll rent until I'm ready to settle because I don't want to be tied to one place until then. I love that. You'll watch a video later, Soft, and be like, hey, I said that to him. All right, I think we have about 5 more minutes for this stream here. thing I'd be most worried about regarding Bitcoin is that nobody knows who the real creator is. Satoshi? Agreed. Agreed. And I don't know how far you want to get down with the internet and all that sort of stuff, but there are people who think even though the easy stuff to find about why Bitcoin was created was positive, but I don't know. I don't know who created it. I don't know how much he has. There's rumors he's dead. I don't know. It's interesting. Gordon Bennett by Bittensor TAO. Oh boy. Satoshi is the CIA. It's possible, Steez. Steez with ease. Gordon thinks you should buy Bittensor, huh? I know nothing about that. It's just a pseudonym. It could be revealed that he's Putin or whatever, right? Dude, how mad would people be? It's Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un created Bitcoin. Or is at least in control of it. Be like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Decentralized AI plus crypto is Bettensword DAO. Interesting. Thinking about buying a funeral home from someone wanting to sell. All right. Have you run the numbers? Yo, Mikhail, what is this? I just noticed it here, but what's this avatar? Steez with these came in right as we were talking about some good stuff. So the question is, though, Steez with ease, are you, do you own any Bitcoin? Wait, it is, oh no, it was last year's. It starts tomorrow, but there's nothing on VLR. There's no data. It's the symbol of peace, shalom. I've never heard of that before. I've never heard it called that before. But hey, tell me more about this funeral home thing you got going on. What are you weighing back and forth? I own XRP and silver. Why'd you choose XRP over anything else? If Kim Jong-un was revealed to be the creator of Bitcoin, crypto bros would be coming into your chat asking for your favorite stocks. That is probably true. That is probably true. Could you even imagine if it ever gets released that it's somebody that most of the entire world hates? Oh, dude. trimmed my XRP bag by 80% this year since Trump took office. Why'd you do that? I thought the crypto bros were excited about Trump taking office. Give me one sec here. I'm trying to find information on this. Classic. Who are the other teams in this thing, bro? Esports.gg. All right, let's take a look. What's up, Maniac? Including Cloud9, Envy, and Qbert Academy, huh? Pretty excited about Cortezia being on Sentinels, I can't lie. Ooh. All right, guys. I do have to end. Oh, man. I thought I was possibly going to be hanging out tonight, Soft. I'm not sure. But my buddy, who I haven't seen in a while, wants to hang out tonight, so I will see. He seems like a nice guy, but he's also cracked. At least from what I remember. Am I wrong? Is he cracked? Oh, literally, I just pull up X and the teams that are there. Sentinels, MB, Cloud9, Qbert. It's a funeral in Columbus, Ohio, looking to sell, rent to buy possibility, make $600K annually. All right. I would need you to come back so that we can dive deeper into this conversation. But is that a business that you want to run? Like, is that on a day-to-day basis something you want to run or give to someone else to run for you? What are the costs? What is your margin, what you're going to make, because I'm assuming you're going to have to take out a loan to buy this thing, right? These are all things you need to consider. Have you asked what the worst months and the worst years were like, so you could factor that as well? Thinking of doing Magic, do you mean like Magic the Gathering? Or like, Magic? Man, stream's starting to pop off, and I gotta go. I gotta go. All right. We end here. I love you guys. I'll be back. And